Hello everyone. Welcome to my presentation. I am dealing with the subject Power Plant Engineering. In that, my topic is Steam Power Plant. The outline of my presentation is Site selection of steam power plant, desirable characteristics of steam power plant, fuels and coal handling equipments, transportation of coal, and coal handling. In that, first one is site selection of the steam power plant. The following are the important factors to be considered for the selection of a site for a steam power plant. In that, first one is availability of the coal. The main resources of energy which is available in India for the steam power plant is coal. Since large quantity of the coal is required, about 5,000 to 6,000 tons per day for a plant of 400 megawatt capacity. It is necessary to install the power plant near the coal mines. In this case, generated power is transported to a larger distance, though high voltage transmission lines. If the plant is located at some distance away from the coal mines, it should be connected to a rail to the coal mines for the economical transportation. And next one is ash disposal facility. The ash removal is the major problem in India because the coal available for the power generation contains large percentage of ash. That is, 20 to 40% of coal get converted into ash. Therefore, a huge quantity of the ash is required to be handled. Ash handling problem is the major serious as it comes out in the hot condition, is highly corrosive and pollute the atmosphere. Therefore, sufficient space must be available to dispose of large quantity of the ash. Presently, efforts are being made to use ash in road construction, brick making and other processes. And the third one is availability of the sufficient and cheap land of required quantity. Sufficient land at cheap rates must be available. The land should be included the space required for the coal storage, ash disposal, plant building, machinery, cooling towers, switch and office complex, staff colony, provision for future expansion and for other purposes. The selected site for the power plant should have good bearing capacity so as to withstand the dead load of the plant, forces transmitted due to machine operations and wind velocity, etc. And the fourth one is availability of the water. A large quantity of the water is required for condenser, disposal of ash as feed water to the boiler and for the use by working staff. Although large savings in the water requirements have been effected by the use of large and highly efficient concrete cooling towers and multi-stage feed water heating for large reductions of the quantity of cooling water required. A 200 megawatt thermal power station requires about 50,000 tons per hour of circulating water for condenser and about 10,000 tons per hour of makeup water. Even when cooling towers are employed, a sufficient quantity of water must be provided for the makeup is necessary. The water required to the feed of the boiler must be as pure as possible to avoid scaling in the boiler tubes. A large quantity of the water is also required for the disposal of the ash if hydraulic systems is used. In the view of above, it is necessary to locate the thermal power plant near the water source which will be able to supply the required quantity of water throughout the year. And next one is transport facilities. Transport is one of the important considerations in locating the thermal power station. It is necessary to have a railway line available near the power station for bringing in heavy machinery for installation and for bringing the coal. And next one is availability of the labor. Cheap and sufficient labor should be available at the proposer site for the construction of the plant. Distance of the populated area. Since smoke, dust, fly ash and other gases produced due to combustion of coal pollute the atmosphere, the plant should be situated as far as possible away from the densely populated area. This is also necessary to avoid nuisance due to heat discharge from the power plant. The site selected should be capable of supporting a large building and heavy machinery. And next one is load centers. Load centers means a power station must be located near the loads to which it is supplying the power. A power plant should be located as far as away the load centers in order to minimize the cost of transmission lines and also the losses occurring in them. And next one is public problems. In order to avoid the nuisance from smoke, fly ash and heat generated from the power plant, it should be located far away from the towns. And next one is future extension. The choice of the site should be allow for economical extensions consistent with the estimated growth of the load. And next one is nature of the land. The type of land to be selected should have high bearing capacity as it has to withstand the dead load on the plant and the forces transmitted to the foundation due to machine operation. The minimum bearing capacity of the load should be 1 meganewton per meter square. And next one is the desirable characteristics of the steam power plant. The following are the desirable characteristics. The steam power plant should have high thermal efficiency, low capital cost, ability to burn coal, reduce the pollution, reduce the water requirement, higher reliability and availability, lower operating and maintenance costs, easily accessibility, simple design and expandability. Fuels and coal handling equipment. The following are the factors affecting the selection of the equipment. First one is plant fuel rate and second one is plant location in respect to of fuel shipping, which is discussed in previous, and third one is storage area available. The storage area available should have of the coal should be very large. These aspects become important in the view of high operating cost, 50 to 60% of the fuel purchasing and handling. And next one is transportation of the coal. The following are the means of the coal shipment. The coal is supplied from the coal mines to the power station. As already mentioned that the annual consumption of coal for a 2000 megawatt power station is approximately 5 million tons or 20,000 tons per day over 250 days. Therefore, transportation of the coal is the major problem. The method of transportation of coal to the power station depends primarily on the location of the station. The economics of the coal transportation is compared with the economics of electrical energy production at mine mouth power station and electrical power transmission over larger distance. The following are the means of the coal shipment. First one is transportation by sea or river, by barges or cargo ships. Next, transportation by rail wagons. Transportation by ropeways, by using ropes. Transportation by the road means by using tipping trucks. Transportation of coal by pipelines means by using pipelines the coal should be transported. Since the liquid fuel prices are increasing day by day and at many locations The existing railway facilities are not sufficient to cope up with the increasing demands of the thermal power station. The transportation of coal slurry by pipeline is considered mostly speedy method. This method shows great promise for the future development. In this way, the coal is washed and crushed to the suitable size and then mixed with the water to form a homogeneous slurry. This slurry is then pumped to the pressure between 50 bar to 300 bar depending upon the distance and type of the retrain. The booster stations are provided when the pipeline is considerably long. The number of the booster stations and their locations are decided as per the topography of the land along the pipelines. The following are the advantages of the pipeline: simplicity in installation and increased safety in operation. More economical when large volumes needed to be transported over longer distance. Continuous in operation and non-affected by the climate and weather. Highly degree of reliability, losses due to theft and privilege eliminated. Manpower requirement should be very low. It requires a very less areas as the site dumping and the storage requirements is eliminated. And the disadvantages of transport by the pipeline are: this system requires large quantity of the water to make slurry. Preparation of coal at the pumping terminal and dewatering and recovery of the coal at the delivery terminal requires special arrangement. This results in some of losses of useful heat of coal due to added surface moisture of about 10%. Requirement of good coal handling plant. The following are the requirements: should operate with minimum maintenance, should be reliable, simple in design and to operate, requires minimum of operators, should be able to deliver representative quantity of coal at destination during peak demand. There should be a minimum wear in running the equipment due to abrasive action of the coal particles. Mechanical handling versus manual handling. The following are the advantages of mechanical handling: highly reliability, less labor required, economical for medium and large power plants, operation is easy and smooth, should be easily started and economically adjusted as per need, minimum labor and hence easier management and control of the plant, reduced the health hazards as less labor involved, losses in the transportation is minimized. And the disadvantages of the mechanical handling are: needs continuation and timely attention for the maintenance and repairs, and the higher capital cost is required. A part of power is used for running the equipment. Thank you.